And he teaches them to use what you have. Look what Jesus does. He takes a boat sitting on some water and makes it a pulpit. Let me say that again. He takes a boat sitting on some water and makes it a pulpit. Jesus was saying to them, you don't always have to be in a formal setting to talk about Jesus, but you can be on your telephone, you can be on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Skype, whatever you're using. He said use what you have. Don't be always talking about what you don't have and what you can't do. He said use what you have. If you use what you have, I'll bless it in the midst. Somebody here knows that you had to minister on your telephone. You had to minister from your desk at work, and you found out that when you use what you have, God has a way of blessing what you use. The text says that he sits on the boat. Then when he finishes with the multitude, he focuses his attention on the fishermen. And notice that they have started washing their nets. In other words, they have given up. He then teaches another lesson. He teaches them the lesson of the danger in giving up too early. They gave up before they allowed him to do his work. God often deals with us in our problems because he wants to see how we will respond. And many of us have the propensity to give up too early, to give up too quick, to give up before we give him time to do his best work. He uses this moment to teach them that he's never created a solution for a problem, but he creates a problem for the solution. I wish I had some help here. He said, because I've always had the solution, so I have to create a problem. Can I prove it to you? Can I prove it to you? He's always been praying to a starving land, but he had to make you hungry so you can see that he's praying to a starving land. He's always been light in dark places, but he had to cause your lights to go out so you can see. I wish I had some help in here. He said, I have to create a problem so you can see the solution. He said, I've always had the answer, for I am the answer to every problem. I am the answer to everything that you're going through in life. He says to them, launch out into the deep. The next lesson he teaches them, he says, you have to move beyond the place of empty. That if you really want to be blessed, you got to move out of your comfort zone and be willing to launch out in deeper waters. They said to him, listen, we're fishermen by trade. We know when it's the right time to fish and when it's not. We know when the waters are just right for us to fish. And Jesus said, move beyond where you've been comfortable. Move beyond where you've always been and launch out into the deep. I need to tell somebody right about here that every now and then have become comfortable in the ordinary. We've become comfortable in sitting in the same place and expecting God to do something different, but won't move from where you are. You got to launch out into the deep and trust that if God said go, trust that if God said do it. The old folk used to sing a song that said, I don't know how, but somehow. I don't know when, but I know He is. He is going to do it. If God said, launch out into the deep, then you have to trust that He's already provided when you get out there. Is there anybody in here willing to launch out into the deep? I mean, I know you ought to be tired of getting the same response. I know you ought to be tired of doing things the way that you've always done, and nothing seems to be getting better. The Lord said, trust me. Trust me. Perhaps some of us will have the same response that they had. They said, Master, we've been toiling all night. In other words, they had grown tired. It's tiring to keep working and see no results. It's tiring to keep working and you see no apparent benefits. It gets tiring sometimes, Reverend, when you labor all week long and nobody says thank you. It's tiring when you work and you work and you work and it looks like things can't get no better. But I hear my mama singing right about here. She said, I'm tired, Lord. My soul needs resting. I'm tired, Lord. My soul needs resting. But somewhere in the middle of singing that song, she finished up the rest of the song and said, I can't stop now because it's praying time. And somebody in here, when you get tired, just keep on praying. When you get tired, just keep on working. I wish I had some help in here. You got to work because God said He'll make it better. So, the final response to God, you and I must have that same response. They look at God and say, listen, we don't understand. But at thy word. In other words, Lord, because you said, I'm going to do it. And since you said, that settles it. We got to learn how to tell the Lord, at thy word, not just the old, at thy word. I'll do what you say, do at thy word. I'll move like you said for me to move, Lord. I'm doing it because it's your word. Scripture says, I'm trying, Chris. The scripture says that they went on out and did what the Lord said do. When they got out there, they started to catch more fish than they could deal with. But I like what they did. They didn't get selfish. Try to keep it all for themselves. They started calling folk to come get some fish. The next lesson God teaches them is, I send blessings to whom I can send blessings through.